Good afternoon, everybody. Well, welcome to another interview, or rather another conversation that we're having with Sister Gloria Santos, who is all the way from Mozambique. And these are recorded interviews, as I said, and she is in South Africa, surprisingly, today. And she's connecting with us all the way from PE. So we will play the recording, and at the end, we look forward to your participation with some questions. And I am most definitely sure that Sister Gloria will be able to answer all your questions. At the same time, we are also open to some suggestions. And we look forward to your participation. Thank you. Welcome, Sister Gloria Santos.
Thank you so much.
Free the Mind and Rediscover Yourself is a collection of personal, heartfelt stories of courage as individuals from diverse perspectives in Africa have embraced the teachings of Brahmakumaris to enrich their lives and those around them to live with peace, happiness, love, and wisdom.
Thank you for making time to join us. We have a Sister Gloria Santos from Mozambique, but we'll get to tell you about her a little bit later. But let me give you a brief introduction of the Brahma Kumari Spiritual University. In a world torn apart by materialism, we yearn for a world and life of peace, happiness, dignity, and prosperity. The Brahma Kumaris, with a presence in over 120 countries, including over 40 countries in Africa, has been offering a universal teaching of spiritual since 1974. The real commitment is to helping individuals to transform the perspective of the world from material to spiritual. It supports the cultivation of a deep collective consciousness of peace and of the individual dignity of each soul. Being Free is a collection of personal stories of courage as individuals from diverse perspectives in Africa have embraced spirituality and spiritual principles through the teachings of the Brahma Kumari Spiritual University to enrich their lives and live with peace, courage, and wisdom in an ever-increasing world of chaos. If you require more information, please visit our website. Welcome, Sister Gloria Santos. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. Just to give you a bit of a brief background of Sister Gloria Santos, her professional life and a spiritual journey was taken up in 2011. It's a decade of knowledge that you have. I don't know if you realize that, Sister. Sister Gloria is a graduate in marketing, tourism, and entertainment. She's also a freelance photographer as way back as 2008 to current, did many exhibitions. Just to mention a few: Women Without Borders, Wildlife Ministry of Environmental, and the World Press, and many, many more. She's also did some training, a course called Magnified Healing Training way back in 2002 in Portugal. She's also a graphic designer, and she's also a businesswoman. Sister, I hope I've reflected your credentials correctly.
Yeah, and I'm realizing that it's too much. It's too much for one.
No, congratulations on that. But sister, let's get into this interestingly that you had shared with me that through one of the exhibitions, before coming into knowledge, you have somehow crossed paths with a sister who is a Brahma Kumaris, and her name is Samantha Fraser, who is a Brahma Kumari. So, and that's how your journey had begun. Subsequently to that, you became your teacher at the center in Maputo. Would you be, could you possibly walk us through that opportunity you've had and how it all happened meeting this BK sister and you've taken to knowledge, which I've indicated is now a decade old?
Yes. The story was quite interesting in this because I was searching for meditation a long time on that and that time. I was a photographer, yes, and many works around here. It was not exhibition, but was a conference that I went to work on that. And on that conference, I think four rooms had speakers, and my job was taking pictures in the four rooms. One was speaking about economy, and other one was speaking about human resources, and like that. So I was jumping from one room to other to cover the whole event. So in one of the rooms, Sister Samantha was there. She appeared after speaking about meditation for workers. So I say, wow, this is what I'm looking for. So then I start to stay more on that in that room, and I was about to forget to finish the job. So I was jumping one room to the other one. I was like distracting with what she was saying. But then I finished my job, and then I asked the all information about meditation, and then I start to take the courses, etc. Was happened like that.
It's quite a lovely stumbling block that you've not a stumbling block, but such a lovely stepping stone to get into knowledge. So during your journey being in knowledge, you have then visited the center in Nairobi with some of the projects that the center was involved in, and you were involved in the project Right to God. Could you expand on that a little bit, knowing that you've now been in some knowledge and been to another center in another country, and how has that helped you with the project in Nairobi, and when you've come back to Maputo, and how have you then sort of worked within your center and in Mozambique around the surrounding areas?
Sure. Yes, that was a big project, and I was very enthusiastic with the project. So, because of this specialty of photography, then Nairobi invited me to help on the project with that. So, I was taking pictures in all the places that we went to people do the letter to God. So I was taking lots of pictures, and then on the end we done a book with that pictures and the story of the project. The project. So was in that was very important for me to special to know different people, and also the love that people have to God. So I try to pass that feeling through the image to photography. So it was very impressive. I like very much on that opportunity to feel that. That was amazing. And another end was an opportunity for me also to experience life in the center, and a group of yogis work together in something. So it was also very important for me to give that experience of work together and cooperation, etc. Yeah.
That sounds great. Well, you were also then involved with the human values stress management project, also at the center in Maputo. Given that we spoke about, this magnifying healing training, that has also possibly given you some of the methods and training that you've received to work within the human values and stress management. Could you share some of that to us?
I don't think so, because I am all the workshops and the courses that we have here. It's quite conscious work that we must do in ourselves through some exercises, some work, like work together. And this magnify healing is a quite like private thing that I don't mix with the workshops, because it's a healing thing. Healing through affirmations to help the self to be out of the trap or the confusion, mental confusion that we have, many traps that we are. And so that is a technique, a healing technique. I didn't realize that we can work the two things together for now, but maybe yes. I
Yes.
didn't think yet.
Okay. So, Sister Gloria, photographers always talk about their third eye when they are taking photographs of very special moments and so on. And as you know, in the Brahma Kumaris, we talk about the third eye of knowledge. How did you adapt that particular third eye of the beauty that you were holding when taking these photographs? And you've come into knowledge within the third eye. How did you sort of fit that to? Was it quite an easy transition? Could you expand on that a little?
I think one thing bring another thing. So for me, I start with the contact with nature. I told you before that I had a group, a Mozambique adventure. So we went many places to make hikings. And from there, I meet a group of photographers. So then I start to love photography. So nature and photography bring me the awareness of being present. Yeah, feel the present. That was the start. And then I start to become interested in meditation. And then through photography, also I meet the Brahma Kumaris. So, and through photography, I start to do service to the Brahma Kumaris, you see. And then I continue to make some works in that area, in photography. And because I already had the knowledge, the Raja Yoga knowledge, I was seeing things from that perspective. First was the feeling of be present and catch the moments, you see. It was like I realized that this is a story, everything is a story, and I can catch the story to the camera. I can catch the story. So I was seeing this is like an illusion, a story that is here, but I can catch from the camera. One thing. Another thing that I feel it was, for example, I done fashion weeks. And when I had the knowledge, I have the real feeling that, wow, this is an illusion. All of this is a quite illusion that people are completely absorbed on. So I was seeing from the beginning, when in the fashion week you see when people start to prepare the stage and dress the models and this and that, and all that fashion things, and then the stage and the lights, and that I was taking from the picture, I was seeing like a detached observer. You see, it was quite amazing too. And I was feeling the third eye really like spinning, because you are seeing the things, catching all the scenes, but outside at the same time. So it was quite amazing to feel. I don't know if it's easy to understand, but I'm trying to pass the feeling of that.
No, that's great. Sister, yes, earlier asked, sort of alluded to the question about the magnifying healing thing, and I don't know much about that, so I went to look that up, and it talks about the fifth dimensional frequency vibration healing energies, and the definition of that was the unconditional spiritual love and compassion. And how do you tie that to, as you say, that they are separate, but at the same time they are complementary to being in knowledge for 10 years now? This is the same stuff to the highest dimension that we speak about, and that is Baba, who is the Supreme Being. How do you relate that to somebody who is wanting to take the similar steps?
Yeah, I think it's very important to complement our knowledge with this technique also, because Baba is there, or God is there, sending energy to us. But because we are in third dimension, it's quite low dimension. So we need also something that increase or raise our vibration. So there is techniques for that. Yes, we know we have that energy from the Supreme Soul. It's for us. But if we are locked with the waste thoughts or confusion, mental confusion, if our electric magnetic field is polluted, all of this will not allow you to have yoga first. So our aim is have yoga with the Supreme Soul. So when you have yoga, you have all the power from God in you. It's like a purification. But you cannot get that result or that healing energy from God if you are completely locked in other confusion. So this technique is like a healing technique for the mind, from the physical body, for the subtle body, and parts of things that are important to clean. So when you are more aligned, if your chakras are aligned, everything is aligned, it's easy to get the energy from the Supreme Soul. That's why it's quite important to also use that techniques to purify mental body, physical body, these stories. When you are more prepared, you receive or you can really connect with Baba, with God. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, it must be interesting when you are engaging at those various levels. Sister, could you take us through, for somebody who is listening to you for the first time and want to follow the footsteps in possibly taking up meditation through the Brahma Kumaris, what sort of experience could you share with somebody who wants to take these steps into meditation?
What sort of experience? Well, I think starting meditating, it's a call from the soul, you see. So Raja Yoga, it's quite amazing because we are having these teachings for the soul. We are about to have a Raj Rishi soul. So we are studying to the highest level of soul, you saw? So the soul are be preparing all these years, all of us are be preparing through meditation, through knowledge, to be the most elevated status of souls, you see? There is many levels of frequencies of souls. So we can help ourselves with study and yoga to reach the best. So it's not easy for the ones who want to only learn meditation to relax and have some peace. They can, yes. But for me, the aim of be a Raja Yogi is the reach there, the biggest or the highest state. So I'm doing my best for reach there. And everything that is possible, like tools to reach there, I will do it. So now, for the one who the first time is learning meditation and listening about this, yeah, it's important to learn meditation. There is many schools of meditation, and if you go deeper in every schools, they have knowledge and they have some very important principles that people must follow to reach the highest level. So that's what Raja Yoga is. It's a deep understanding, deep study and yoga to reach the best part of us. Okay, the most elevated level of souls, that is Raj Rishi. Yeah, but it's not easy for everyone. So depends of where you want to reach. Né? If someone wants to really, if someone understands that what I'm doing here and what I want to reach in life, if it's this, it can be here and really do the work fast to reach the perfection and ascend. So that is amazing thing that we must do, and this is the moment. So I think all of the souls in the world are awake. For many reasons, they are awaking now, and they start to search for meditation. So when they start meditation, they will feel that this is for me or not. Depends also of what connect the soul. So every soul is in some kind of family of souls, and if souls are in this Raja Yoga family, they will feel that this is my group of souls. If not, that one must find and start to search to the right group. It's very important to find the right group of souls, because this is the time to find the group, because that group will help you also to reach that perfection. All of us are helping each other to that. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, you're saying that it's important that we take those first steps and everything will then follow in terms of the commitment that you put through and so on. It's all about achieving that higher status, and you will go through those cycles as you get more involved and more involved and more involved. Yeah, I think that's encouraging. I'm sure somebody would love to take you up on that and find many steps to your center in Maputo and start the Raja Yoga meditation. Sister, we talk about the chaos. I think I early mentioned the word about our world is in chaos. At the moment, we seem to be in our country, South Africa, your country, Mozambique. Things are in chaos at the moment, and we need to embrace that and send those vibrations to them, to wherever the spaces that we can, to reach those minds and so on. What is your vision for South Africa or Africa as a whole? What would you be able to share with us in terms of what would you want to see this perfect continent of ours, Africa, and how can we share that amongst us all?
Well, I see something different that what happened now. This is only a phase. I think many things are happening, things that we don't see it now. We don't see and we don't understand, but we are affected to the things that are out, and like alignments and today we hear about omens of Rahu, and so that kind of things influence people, and that people. I was reading after the class that we had in the morning. I was reading about Rahu, and this that alignment with something about moon and this and that shows that that influence the political systems and other things. So what we see in the practical way in people, it's a result of these alignments also. So people just respond to the energies that they are receiving, and they explode and create this chaos. But this is a part. So after this, peace will happen. So harmony will happen. So we have this backstage service that we Brahma Kumaris are doing and other schools are doing. So that the energy will help also to calm down the animals and these energies, bad energies also. But I think things becoming better and better. I see in my country here, for example, the people who comes and they don't want to stop to come to the center, even with the pandemic, they don't want to stop. So, and different people coming. It's not only one type or one state of people, but it's a mix. It's Muslims, it's Catholic, and many different people are coming. So it's a call of the soul. And that will, I think, will happen with everyone. It's something in the soul is calling to peace and experience peace and awake. They want to know what we are doing here, where we going, and they already feel that the world is upside down and something is happening. So they are more worried with the journey. So South Africa is happening there, but in many other countries, same, because it's the energy that is in the moment. But will pass, and I hope that after this, people will open more. I think that suffering is also helping the soul to awake. So we must send our blessings, our energy, our vibrations to help this process. And we'll change definitely for the best. We'll change. And people will collaborate with that. People must understand that the individual role is the most important thing now. Is not go to the collective and just be trapped on what the wave goes, I also goes, because we create another karmas, and there is no time to create more karmas now. We must really take care with the self now, each one.
Yeah.
So I think will happen when this wave passed. Will happen, and we become more alignment, in more alignment.
Yeah.
Sorry, my English is not. You didn't say in the beginning that my original language is Portuguese. We should.
I should have, but you're doing so well, sister. I mean, don't feel at all. You're doing tremendous. Sister, well, through all your activities, being a businesswoman, a designer, photographer, all there's so many things you are involved and in some of the center activities that you are doing. Where do you find the time or find the balance in order to give your time to everything or most things at the same time and still feel energized?
Yes, that is the karma yogi life. So it's quite challenging because I must deal with the karma. I must go and run the business because no one is able to do it in the family. So I must do. So I'm trying to equilibrate this. So part of the time I'm in the center. My idea and my feeling of the heart is be there in the business. And there I create also the meditation center and the retreats there and just stay there. That is something that is calling me for that. But actually, in the city, I need to serve people because they want to come to the center. So I must be here. Otherwise, I cannot help them. And they sometimes they don't have money or car to go to that retreat place. So best is divide the time. So I'm doing half of the week here and other half of the week there. Yes, and try to be a karma yogi, so a yogi in movement, you know, like that. It's the way. But when I be there, I'm there a long time. I feel that I must be in the center. So I come to the center. This is like my sanctuary. So then I stay here 4, 5 days and 3 days there. Depends, but works.
Yeah. No, we are very lucky to have you in the family of doing so much good work out there. Uh, Sister Gloria, we've come to the end of our questions. Would you be kind enough to take us through a commentary or meditation, please?
Okay, let me try in
Thank you.
English. Okay, okay. We can sit in a right position, relax the body, breathe, breathe in deeply and out. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Start to relax and just start to be in the present, in this moment. Just forget everything, all these stories, even the things to do after, later. Just be here in the present. Feel the silence inside. More. Like a detached observer, you can feel the calmness, the peace inside. Notice that you don't need to look for that peace outside because it's inside of you. This is the natural state of being. When we stop the mind to be connected outside. Now I'm connected with my essence. That is peace. That peace, that calmness is the door to other vibrations, other dimensions, a dimension of peace that is my own. In a second, just go there. Just remember that place of completely peace. You are in pause. Just feel that moment. In that place you can feel the rays of peace from the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul that always are raising energy, power to us. Like a sun, always raise vibration of peace to humankind. Now I'm able to feel it because I'm connected in the inner peace. Now you can bring that energy with you. And what you feel, you send out. Send out for the room, to the city, Imagine that energy amplifies, magnifies, and purify the minds, the energies, the frequencies of humans, of Mozambicans, South Africans. Send that white energy, golden energy, to the minds, to the souls. Visualize that like a rain of white golden energy in everyone. That is happening now. God is sending that energy all the time. Help people to reach, to embrace that energy. Feeling of peace in everyone's heart. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Sister Gloria Santos, thank you again for making the time and sharing your wealth of experiences through your journey. And thank you. We will meet again.
Thank you. We meet again. Thank you. All the best.
And same to you. Yes, that was so informative. Sister Gloria, your English was as good as your Portuguese. So you've done very well. So yes, brothers and sisters, from what you've heard, and you may have some questions that you'd like to Sister Gloria to confirm or suggest. You can just put your, unmute yourself and direct the question to her. Thank you. Okay, there is a question in the chat, Sister Gloria. What is the technique in Raja Yoga that brings the most healing to the soul? Shanti, it is from Linda Ukasa.
Okay. I think the technique it's go inside, have that ability to feel the silence inside. That peaceful stage. That is the most important technique to open the door to connect with the Supreme Soul.
Sister Linda, I hope that sort of given you some indication. But feel free if you want to follow up any question.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
The big point.
Can we have some more questions?
In that question, the big point is silence the mind first. We need to silence the mind to feel the silence inside, to go beyond.
Okay. Anybody, please ask a question. So while we're waiting for somebody to have some courage to ask you a question, Sister Gloria.
Sure.
Given the time that when we recorded the session, South Africa was going through a bit of a bad time with those riots and so on, and I think that was the reason we sort of asked for some blessings in some way for South Africa, Mozambique, and Africa as a whole. When we, of course, I believe in this collective vibration where we can make a difference, and would you like to maybe expand on that? Like, how important is gatherings when we do collective meditation and wanting to change something in the vibrations with the guidance of God does definitely get to where we want it to.
Yes, we have the power to really
What's your feeling?
we have the power to change the kind of vibration around us in the atmosphere. So in that time was a problem in South Africa that we remember. And as I say, that was a peak of something, that violence, all that violence. But then nothing happened now. If you don't see anything, it's completely calm. I'm here. All is okay. Everyone's cooperate and be with others in so much peace. So ups and down all the time, but we have the power to help that energy to be more powerful. It's the peace energy. So instead of vibrating fear with the news that now there is another situation happening in Europe, but what kind of vibration I'm contributing in this? So we have these gatherings, these collective meditations, many countries, all our Brahma Kumari centers. So that also helps to diminish or reduce the impact and like extinct the fire that happen in the moment, that peaks of violence. So meditation everywhere will help to really bring the peaceful atmosphere in the planet.
Yeah. There is another question in the chat. How does one balance the 4 disciplines of Raja Yoga so that there is balance and progress? How does one balance the 4 disciplines of Raja Yoga so that there is balance and progress?
To create that balance, and first thing we need to understand why we have why yogis have some disciplines to follow. So since that you understand the why of everything, and you understand that that is for benefits of the soul. So I want to reach one stage. I want to be a champion in something. I must practice. I must train. I must have a properly diet. Many things that I must do to reach that. What I want. It's the same in the yogi life. I want to be a good yogi. I want to connect with God. I want this and that. But if I do things that doesn't match with that, nothing will happen. So that is one thing. So I follow that disciplines to reach something that I want to reach, and obvious I must create a balance. né? Also, I need to take care of the body. I need to, but many things that I must do. But yeah, balance for me also is do what I like to do in my art. You know, if I like to swim, if I like to have ice cream, if I want to sleep one day, sleep until 11 o'clock, I do that. So that is also something that satisfied my ego. So that is the balance. Otherwise, this ego can be very mad and make some distractions inside. So we need that balance also. But with the focus and the aim, and be very cautious of these kind of things that can take us out of our aim. to reach something.
Thank you for answering that question, Mr. Gloria. There are no other questions. I just want to say thank you again. It's been a pleasure. And maybe at some point in time, I'm going to ask you to maybe translate this particular thing in Portuguese,
Yes.
that we can show it again. That'll be really great. So thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who has made time to join. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we see you for the next interview, which we will send out the notification. Om
Thank you so
Shanti,
much.
Sister
Oh,
Gloria.
Shanti, thank you so much for the invitation. It was
Pleasure.
a pleasure to be here. Pleasure. See you next time. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. See you then.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Say bye-bye.